When the topic school uniforms comes into question, you might immediately think all things negative. You might think dull and boring, and possibly even that it puts a limit to your kids' creativity. I am here to share with you today that this is not the case. In fact, all around, school uniforms are gaining popularity. According to a poll taken by the National Center of Education Statistics, they have reported that between 2000 and 2015, the percentage of schools requiring school uniforms has nearly doubled from 12 to 21%. Believe it or not, school uniforms help in a various number of ways. School uniforms can be presented in a positive manner by preventing bullying in a unique way. They also make things easier for kids and parents. On top of this, they create unity and structure all around the school. Uniforms help prevent bullying by untraditional approaches. School uniforms follow strict guidelines. This ultimately means that students are required to dress alike in same color and style of clothing. Now, the result of this is other students not being able to judge and critique what the students choose to wear. Now let's take a look at a segment of a video describing additional positive purposes of school uniforms.
We implemented uniform dress code because we, number one, wanted to look at student achievement, and there was research to support that student achievement improved when students dressed in a uniform manner. That was the biggie. Second was because of the gang influence and poverty, so you wouldn't be able to tell one student from another.
Dr. Sarah Stanley of Education Plus describes yet another reason why more public schools are adopting uniform policies.
There's also a lot of peer pressure to have the expensive clothing, which can cause some real financial hardships for some families. And let's face it, wearing uniforms saves money.
Surprising.
Another way school uniforms combat bullying is by cutting off the competition factor of clothing. This overall eliminates the heavy burden students have to carry of trying to be best dressed among all their classmates. This would also eliminate any room for clothing trends. An added consideration for uniforms is that they customarily incorporate school colors and emblems, naturally embedding a sense of school spirit within. As you can see in this pie chart presented by Eleni Kubila, it shows that uniforms have increased student safety overall by 18.3%. If you take a look at the remainder of the pie chart, it shows all other ways that uniforms have helped schools in a positive way. Not only can school uniforms make it easier on the kids' portion of things, but it can also help on the adult side of things too. Uniforms make it easier for all members of the family. Now let's look at the time factor of this. Uniforms save precious time in the mornings when getting ready for school, and every second counts. This is possible because of the narrow list of combinations that you can choose from listed by your school. Additionally, school uniforms can save money, creating an added bonus for parents. If you have more than one child, school uniforms can be passed down the way from child to child as they start to grow out of things. Also, school uniforms are cheaper than name brand clothing and shoes. Generally, you can find your school uniforms at common big box stores such as Target, your local Walmart, and Old Navy. Some schools even have their own supplier, where it is quick and easy to order directly from their supplier. You will always know that you have the right uniform choice. This overall eliminates the need to spend time in overpriced shopping malls. All around, school uniforms create a positive environment for students and staff. Uniforms in schools create unity and help with the structure and regulation of a school. Uniforms help students focus on their studies, plus spend more time doing their work. This can be accomplished because more time can be concentrated on doing the actual studying instead of looking around at what other students are wearing. This can include distracting or bright colored clothing. Also, it can be something that a student might find offensive. Uniforms take away the concern of looking out of place and out of trend. Uniforms help students focus by spending more time in the classroom and less time being dress coded. School uniforms help the faculty with multiple regulations around the school. Uniforms are made in proper sizing and lengths. This means there are never any gray areas. You will never have to question and ask, how short is too short? When uniforms come into play, the faculty can spend bulk of their time focusing on teaching and helping the students rather than watching what they are wearing. Uniforms also help staff members keep an eye out on their students when on off-campus field trips. Perhaps one of the most important factors of school uniforms is that they help faculty members be able to spot an intruder on school grounds. This is likely because outsiders are unlikely to know your school's uniform and dress code policy. To review, I shared with you that uniforms prevent bullying in a very unique and untraditional way. School uniforms also make mornings easier on all members of the family. Lastly, uniforms bring the school together and create a fundamental structure. Now that you have heard all of the pros about school uniforms, I hope that your opinion has changed in a more positive way. When the choice comes to decide on a school with or without school uniforms, please remember all of these concrete advantages. Thank you.